이걸 위해 점심을 조금 먹음.
So what's up YouTube? It's your girl Linma and today is Linma's mukbang show. I have a very special guest Seonjae here with me. So we're going to eat and chat and have a good time. So first, before we start eating, I want to introduce you to the large audience.
Yes.
And
the large and growing audience.
Yes. So the first thing I want to ask is, where are all the places you have lived? What is something you associate with each place? Whether that be like a feeling or a person or a job you had there. So tell me that.
I've lived in a lot of places, so I will try to be brief but impactful.
Yes.
So I was born in Busan, South Korea. I lived there for the first 3 years, and I don't really have a lot of like clear memories, but I really think of it as my birthplace. It's very like special to me, and for folks who don't know a lot about Korea, it's in the like lower part of the peninsula.
Southern part.
Southern, that's the word I was trying to say. And then it's by the ocean. It's a big like port city. So I really like love oceans. Like I really like feel kind of like comfortable near like big bodies of water.
Yeah.
So that's what I associate with Busan. And then I lived in Seoul and like a bunch of different places in Seoul. I lived briefly in Massachusetts when I was 8 for a year.
Oh, right.
And then I went back there for high school.
Yes.
Massachusetts is where I learned English. It's like where I went to like boarding school. It's where I was like really like academically challenged. So I just think like books, studying, and learning. Boston just has like a very like academic like vibe. And then I lived in Wisconsin for a year. I just associate like being cold and sad. No offense to anyone like from Wisconsin. I think the Midwestern winters are rougher.
That's
like,
true, because Chicago gets really cold
yes,
too.
which I also lived. So that's where I went to college. Yeah.
Oh, right, Northwestern.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, and then Chicago, like I really associate theater. That's what I majored in and what I still kind of do. Like I really associate my theater friends and like doing plays and going to Chicago to like see plays. And then I lived in New York, and that's sort of I guess where I still kind of live.
Right, half and half right now.
And then New York, I feel I really think of the subway. In New York, it really feels like someone who's homeless and someone who's like a billionaire, they like both ride the subway.
Yeah,
you know,
it is a signature New York thing.
That sort of like melting pot of like humanity, like that really feels like uniquely New York.
So we're gonna get started with the food. Whoa. Okay.
잘 먹겠습니다.
This is Sanjay's first yeopdeok.
Yes.
I love yeopdeok.
What?
One of my favorite things to eat.
Is Yeopdeok a brand?
Yeah, so it's a franchise in Korea that sells tteokbokki, which is spicy rice cakes.
Okay, my first. How'd you say yeopki in English?
I don't know.
Like yeopki is like grotesque. Like grotesque.
Okay, so yeopdeok has 5 levels for spice. This is the lowest level.
Okay, yes, which is my
This is the lowest level, but it's still, you can still feel spice.
Spicy, yeah.
You can still feel it.
It's not like overwhelming.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But the best part about yeopdeok is they have these wide noodles.
Oh!
Oh
my god!
I love these.
Oh my god, I love those things.
So try that.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
Cause this is what I love maratang. Like, I love maratang.
It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Yeah, and I love that it's like common in Korea because it's not like there's
it's
only
not
like
that common in America.
couple places that do it in New York.
And we also have ramdan, japaguri, famously featured in Parasite. No steak.
No steak.
So we also have sundae, which is blood sausage, but it's mainly noodles that they stuff into the blood sausage. Jumokbap, which is rice balls, fried dumplings, vegetable, and 김말이를 뭐라 그러지?
김말이?
김말이 is
안에 뭐 있는 거지?
당면. So there's glass noodles
Right.
wrapped in seaweed, and then we fry it and we eat it with the tteokbokki.
Damn.
Oh, did you try jumokbang? Jumokbang is good, right?
Sorry, I went ahead and ate it.
Oh no, that's good.
나중에 그냥 편집. 편집할 거지.
당연하지. Imagine just like a 1 hour.
1 hour 먹방.
Only viewer, Miranda Heyman.
Oh my god.
So how long have you been professionally pursuing theater?
Ooh.
And what's that been like?
So I've done theater since high
Stop.
school, but in college and then basically right after graduation, I pursued it.
How did you decide to major in it? Like, when did you know?
I guess I knew in high school I was just like doing plays like everyone else, and then auditioning for them, not being cast in big parts, partly because like I was like never like a great actor, but also partly because like I mean like the white kids I knew who couldn't act were getting nice parts regardless, and so even at that age I felt there was an issue of racism and representation and sort of like a lack of imagination even in like my teachers to like see me and my POC friends as like the lead. But I had a really amazing theater teacher. I had a really like amazing mentor by the name of David Gammon. He really changed my life. He empowered me. He sort of like let me use the school theater to do my own play. So I basically like found a play in the school library that had parts for 5 Asian women. And at first I wanted to be in it because I'm like the whole point of me doing it was like so I could like get cast. But then people were like, oh, then like who's gonna direct it? Okay, fine, like I guess I'll like do it. I'll sit this one out. And then I just like loved it. Like I just loved directing. Like, and I kind of just like kept going. I decided to go to Northwestern because it had a really good theater program, but also sort of like more importantly to me, it had a really good student scene. So then I directed throughout college. I moved to New York to pursue it professionally, and that's been a whole journey. Lots of ups and downs.
You did that for how many years in New York?
I moved to New York in 2014, so I did it like up until the pandemic.
Yeah, so
I was,
6 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's long.
It's a long time. Definitely got my 10,000 hours in.
Wow. When did you start questioning like your place in theater? And how are you feeling about it these days?
I guess I didn't start theater because like I never had this idea like theater is like the only thing I could do. Or it's like it was like this is like
this
thing.
is my path.
Though I love theater, I love directing. My love is really for like storytelling, and it's for creation. And eventually, I want to do other things. Like I want to make films, and I want to work in TV. So I kind of always had those aspirations. It's like I just got intimidated, and I got caught up in like the daily busyness of it all. To really seriously like. And then in the pandemic, I've been lucky to like I have my first TV job here in Korea, which I sort of didn't expect. I'm writing a lot, and like in the pandemic, I've sort of like finally had the like time and space to kind of like confront it. So
my mom asked me a question that I want to also ask you.
Oh my god.
Seonjae and I we were both born in Korea, but we both ended up immigrating to America at some point. And my mom asked me, while being here, did you ever have the thought like, oh, I kind of wish I'd never left?
Oh my god. Dude, how much time do you have? Thought a lot. And
yeah, like what would my life have been?
I dare to say it's a really common question for a lot of children of immigrants, like 1.5ers like ourselves, and I've heard like adoptees talk about it too, like you just like imagine your sister life, right? Like your twin life. You know, there's this interview with Sandra Oh and Sharon Choi, who's Bong Joon-ho's translator. Sandra talks about how And a lot of people probably know this, like Bong said the Oscars are very local, like it's not an international film festival, and Sandra was like, that confidence of someone who is from a country where they're the racial majority, like they're not like the minority, you know, and I just was like so shaken by that because I'm like, wow, like did I go to America in order to like internalize this idea of myself as a minority when if I hadn't gone, like it didn't have to be that way.
Yeah, it would have never been that way, which is such a wild thing to think about, because when we went to America it became such a big part of our identity that we are a minority.
In middle school, like I remember really clearly my classmates made like a joke about like China. Like they were like, someone like did like a weird dance and like literally someone else was like, are you from China? And everyone laughed except for me. And I was just like, and like I guess they thought it was like okay because like I'm from Korea and not China, but and then like 3 days later my teacher made the same joke. Like my teacher literally like it was like, oh, like maybe like that person's Chinese, and then everyone like laughed again. And so I was just like, but then you know what I did? I actually told my homeroom teacher, or I told someone, I forget who I told. Maybe I told my French teacher because she was nice, but like I told someone that like, it was my drama teacher made the racist joke. So, and I think I told my French teacher. I don't remember why, but I told my French teacher. I was like, French teacher, listen, like this boy in my drama class made this joke, and then everyone laughed, and then 3 days later my teacher made it, and I don't really feel great about it. And then my drama teacher apologized to me. And she was like, I thought it would be okay because like you're from Korea and not China, and it's different. And I was like, no, that was not the point. You still can't make the joke.
Whoa, this all happened?
This all happened when I was like in 7th grade.
So I'm gonna pick a question and we're gonna both answer it. So these are like either related to food or life. What character trait or traits do you look for in a friend?
Reliability.
Yeah, how do you feel about someone who is flaky? What do you think about that?
I have a very hard time with it, and the older I get, the harder time I have with the less
patience, right? Yeah. It just makes me realize like, okay, this just teaches me I can't expect that much from you. And like, we can be friends, but we're never gonna be as close as I thought maybe we once were.
Because I can't develop a relationship with someone if they're not well, they keep flaking on me. So
I really struggled with this in LA because people are really flaky. But
I feel like, is that an LA thing? No, it's an American
thing. Maybe it's an American thing because
people are flaky in New
I
York.
was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, people are really flaky in LA, and then I was like, actually, people flaked on me a lot in New York too. But in Korea, no one flakes.
That's interesting. I think they do, but it's the tonality of it is a little different. I think people flake. I do think there's more shame around it though. Yeah. But okay, so Tteokbokki was a thing before
it was.
Parasite, right?
That's what people don't realize.
Yeah. They think Bong Joon-ho invented it.
You know, actually, I remember when it was first invented. Because it was on a yeonung, it was on a program.
Oh, yeah.
And like this 6-year-old invented it. And then it became like a total sensation.
That's what Koreans are so into, like putting two foods together and then like inventing.
You think so?
Like kroper.
Oh.
Kroper is a hot food in Korea right now. It's a croissant and
finally
waffle.
had it.
Oh my god. Yeah, because you can go walk down the street and get like kroper in your neighborhood.
Yeah, I know, right? And my mom was like, whoa, what is this?
Yes.
She's like, it's so 쫀득쫀득 and 바삭바삭.
겉바속촉, 겉바속촉. Teach your viewers what 겉바속촉.
겉바속촉 is, it's crispy on the outside.
겉은 바삭.
So the outside, 바삭 means like crispy, basically. And then 속 means inside.
속은 촉촉.
촉촉 means it's moist. So a good example is like a really good chocolate chip cookie
Yes,
that has like a crispy outer edge, but is super soft inside. Like Koreans are really into this right now.
That combo.
They love this combo.
Yes.
And they love saying it.
겉바속촉.
What daily lifestyle item can you not live without? And what sentimental item can you not live without?
Oh my god, that's such a good question. Where'd you get these questions?
I just thought of them.
Oh my god. Yes, content creator.
That's going in.
A lifestyle item. Okay, right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I don't know what mine would be.
This is like a what's in my bag.
Exactly.
Right now it's my iPad.
Oh,
I'm obsessed with my iPad.
I
feel so basically like I love my iPad, but it's really like changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got the pencil too.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And I actually journal. Like I actually use a planner. I actually take like really good notes during meetings. Because I love the experience of writing with my hands, but I could never keep track of all the like little notebooks and papers, and then this with the iPad I can do both. Like have this experience of writing with my hands, which feels really good, but then like have it all like work. And then sentimentally, I don't know. I guess like I can't like throw away like birthday cards or like
oh yeah. It just feels cruel.
It just feels like if you give me a handwritten card, like even if it's like a really like what simple thank you card, like I can't like throw it out.
So we still have a little bit of food left, but we did a good job. Like this was full. This was full. And the others we just couldn't do more. But we did a pretty good job. I'm actually really full.
No, I'm actually so full.
I'm actually uncomfortable.
Not for sure.
Not for sure. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming to my house and doing this.
Thanks for feeding me.
And if you liked any of that, please like and subscribe. And see you next time.